everybody. Welcome back to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jim Edwards. Welcome to episode number 174. And here is my trusty co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Thank you, Jim. Glad to be here.
Stu.
Yes.
What are we talking about today on our podcast?
Well, this is podcast 174. That's right. 174 times we have united to create the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast. So there you go. Now, this one is called Top 10 Easy Ways to Create Content Marketing That Work. Okay. And I sent you our old school DIY business action plan. Do you remember that one? Where we added a section of message, channel, and mode combinations, which came out to well over 600 combinations of ways to create content marketing.
I do.
Do you remember that? That was actually podcast 140. And what I wanted to do
that was
today,
almost a year ago.
Yeah. Yes. Podcast 140 really broke this down, and what I wanted to do is just try to create some of the top 10 easy ways to create content. Like, let's just go with our, top 5 for you and top 5 for me.
Okay. Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
It's to the point now where I just can't even think without standing somewhere with a pen in my hand. All right. So I'm going to see if I can wipe out your list so that you're scrambling. But since you have a list of like 100 of them in front of you, you can just act like, oh, those were okay, Jim, but hold my beer.
Do you remember that? Where can people find that DIY business action plan? Do you remember that?
I remember it. I think it's in the it's inside the Jim Edwards Method Premium, if I'm not mistaken. Okay.
It is. This is great stuff, by the way. It's a nice little check-off plan. It's good.
Okay, so basically what you're looking for is, and first, I just want to acknowledge the folks that are here with us live. I want to say, what's up, Keith? What's up, Anna? What's up, Chris, C-Ray, Vicky, Thabo, Melanie, Sam, Randall. Okay, got a bunch of people here with us live. So are you asking like for the framework? Like a framework, like a listicle, or are you talking about like publishing it, like doing a video or Facebook Live or something like that?
I would just say, what are your go-to ways to create content each week? Do you have a number 1 or number 2 of choice that you prefer, but then you also hit some 3, 4s, and 5s? There's so many different ways to do it. Want me to give you an example for the first one?
Sure.
All right. So my first one is people send me videos.
Okay.
And they ask me to critique them.
Okay. All right.
So I create either one of two things. I have a whole TikTok channel, nothing but voiceover critiques of me coaching swimming. Submitted videos. I create a whole channel around that.
Oh, I know, but it's TikTok though. Do you wear a medium to small Speedo while you're doing those, since it's TikTok, or no?
No, I do not.
Okay.
And I don't dance. I don't dance.
All right. Stu don't dance.
Yeah. Submitted video critiques is a one I do probably once every other day at least.
Wow. Okay. Excellent.
Yes.
My favorite one, or the framework that I use all the time, is basically a list, whether it's a listicle and it usually turns into a listicle, but my go-to thing is a list. So yesterday I created 3 pieces of content. One for the Wednesday newsletter that's going out today, the other one for the article of the week that goes out tomorrow, the other one for the Jim Edwards from the Jim's Desk, which is my newsletter just to my paid subscribers in the Jim Edwards Method Premium. 2 out of those 3 were a list. So yeah, listicle, just people for whatever reason gravitate towards those, and when you're pressed for time, it's a great way to be able to come up with stuff. So that's really my go-to, coming up with a list.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a
that
good one.
framework. Yeah.
I love that one. Yep.
And we have really cool, by the way, to help do that inside of Content Marketing Scripts. We have several different list wizards to help you. We have the listicle wizard. We have the dynamic checklist wizard. Those can help you come up with lists that you can turn into content really, really fast. So,
nice.
Okay.
You want to do one and I do one, or do you want to do all 5 of yours?
No, I think we can go back and forth. A bit of content ping pong,
Okay.
Ping,
I like
ping. Now it's your fault. Now it's your fault, Stu.
Okay. All right. So this is nothing new to anybody, but I answer all of my emails, and many of those emails become articles or meme posts, social media posts, or both. And some have even become like video answers to those
One
problems.
of them even became a book.
One even became a book. That is true.
Okay.
Yep.
So answering email questions to create your content.
Yep.
Mine is to answer social media questions. And the reason I like to answer social media questions people ask in the group, the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group, other groups on the page, on the stuff, is because this is timely, and it's not we answer email questions all the time. But one of the reasons why I like to pay attention to this too is because it's the person asking the question, but then other people have seen that the question's been asked. So by answering it for that person, even just on social media, you can get some nice traction.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Are you ready for me?
Yeah.
How about this combination of what we just discussed?
Okay.
Every Tuesday, I do a live Q&A with live swimming critiques on YouTube and Facebook using StreamYard. So I go out to 3 different social media platforms all at once.
Wow. Excuse me. I'm just trying to look how to write this, but Tuesday live Q&A multi-channel. Okay.
Yep, video. So yeah, live video.
Video. Live. Okay. Another one of my favorites is to do a demo to show how to do something. So I like to do that with wizards. And one of the things that I've been working on is the difference between a walkthrough and a demo. So demos are sales presentations, and walkthroughs are what you give somebody once they have bought. So that's something that I've been figuring out, because actually, if you haven't bought yet, walkthrough's boring. It is. It's boring. It's kind of like you teaching somebody how to do push-ups. You only need a 15 or 20-second video to demo a push-up. You don't need to show them 50 push-ups in a row so they can see what 50 push-ups in a row look like. That would be boring.
Yes.
Unless you were wearing your Speedo. And that's more of a niche audience thing. We won't get into that. But the thing is, once somebody is a customer, if you had a real-time workout where you were working out with Stu in real time for 30 minutes, then perhaps doing 50 push-ups in a row would be a great thing. Still waiting for that real-time Stu video,
I know.
30-minute workout with Stu to come out. Only been asking for it for what, 8 years?
Yeah. Yep.
But hey, I have no expectations now that I'll ever see it, so it's fine.
You never know. You never know, Jim. I may pull the trigger on that.
Skip the Speedo. All right, yes. So that was the demo. I'm going to do another one real quick that is kind of along the lines of what you're doing here. And it's the default for me is some type of webinar or event or training of some type. I mean, that's, and then we can chop it up into chunks or what have you. But I mean, this is how I'm creating tons of content, whether it's free or paid or whatever. It's give me an outline, give me an objective, give me a promise, a payoff, wind me up and set me loose. And I'll go from anywhere between 20 minutes and 60 minutes and teach you something.
Yes. Classic. You know, something I do right now, in fact, I am taking some of the latest research and even some old research that people may not be aware of and explaining it in a way that sounds like me talking. Right?
Give me an example.
Well, you know, right now I'm writing an article on, you know, testosterone and epitestosterone testing accuracy and, you know, performance enhancing drugs and, you know, things that you're susceptible to when you have those things in your body, like
monkeypox,
swimmer induced pulmonary edema or rhabdomyolysis or pneumonia, you know, so it's fairly, fairly scientific, but it's, I mean, this is real stuff because, you know, there's an increase of PEDs being used at SEAL training.
What?
Right? And they're getting busted for it, and they're getting kicked out. They're getting tested now, and there's some, you know, ratios that you have to be within in order to even get accepted into the school, right? And be able to go through Hell Week and, you know, those challenges. So it's a timely, it's a very timely article, and it's basically me answering a question from a student who's like, I don't understand any of this. What does TE ratio mean? And, you know, anyway, so I'm taking some of the things that require a little research, and I don't want to say I'm dumbing them down. I'm just making them sound a little less scientific and show some reasoning behind, you know, when you have these substances in your body, you're more susceptible to death or serious injury.
So what I'm getting from that is like digest something or simplify stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Digest, simplify, summarize.
You just did that. Thank you.
Okay.
I went the long way around explaining it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So one of I think that's great. I like to upcycle old content. You mentioned it, I think, in the Jim and Stu show, that when you're busy, you'll grab something you did in the past, update it, and reuse it.
Yep.
That's upcycling. That's grabbing something from the vault. I mean, you and I now, between the two of us, have been writing for over 40 years. Got 40 years of stuff in the can, if you think about it. Over 40. Yeah. Close to 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard drives full of it.
Yeah. Multiple.
Yeah.
And so upcycling stuff. Some of the stuff, you know, especially with you in fitness, some stuff's changed, some stuff hasn't. It just that, you know, same with me. I mean, people still got to create content. The way they do it's different. People still got to drive traffic. The way they do it different. People still got to write a book, but the way you can do it has evolved. Yeah. You know, I used to have one way that you could write a book. Now I got 9.
Sweet.
Okay. And so upcycling it. So not recycling, which is basically just using the same crap and throwing it out there and thinking that most people hadn't seen it yet. Add value, which basically means recycle with added value.
Yeah. I like the term, like update and recycle put together.
Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely. What's your 5th one, Stu?
My grand finale, I would say, in the most 5 things that I use.
Hang on. If your grand finale. All right, the grand finale
would be a tip for success.
Oh, okay.
And this can be a variety of things, from a quick video to a meme, social media, to an article. You can use multiple forms for doing that.
So Stu is into quickies.
I am.
So Stu is into the quickie.
I am. Easy
And
day.
people dig that, man. I mean, sometimes people don't want the whole enchilada. They just want just a little something to keep them going, something to inspire them, to help them aspire to do something else, to solve a quick little issue, but obviously leads to the next thing. Entertain them a little bit, make them laugh, make them think, make them cry, make them, just shake them up a little bit.
Agreed, sir.
I love that. I love that. A little tidbit never hurt nobody. So, yeah, I love it. And then Stu says, and follow me for more iPhone photography tips while torturing young men on the beach in the cold, in the wet, in the sand. That's
beautiful sunrises. Beautiful sunrises. And
some kids, look at this beautiful sunrise. And what you don't see, director Stu, right? He's got his thing. He lifts it up just a little bit because right here is some kid dry heaving in the push-up plank position. But Stu's like, oh, let me get him out of there.
It's a nice picture when you see somebody bear crawling across the beach and sunrise is coming up.
It's not you.
Yeah, especially if it's not me.
Yeah, and it's not you doing the bear crawl.
That is true.
So you did post a really cool picture the other day. It looked like kid was heading towards the water with fins in his hand.
Oh yeah, that was a cool one.
That was cool. I like that. That was
like right before sun coming up. Right before the sun was coming up. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a crazy morning.
Yeah, I was glad I wasn't him. Sometimes I'm really glad I don't live near you. Other times I wish I did, but that was a day I did not.
Yes. So, hey, Monica asks, what's the best way to do multi-channel live Q&As? And Monica, I want to tell you, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard is the ticket.
Yeah, StreamYard, because right now we are live on my profile, on my page, in 2 groups, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and we're live on my website. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9 different places that we're live all at the same time. Yep. Susan's like, 8, 9, 8. Why are you holding your thumb out too? That looks like a 9. Huh? Yeah, 8 or 9 places. And I think you can. I think the max that let you go on this plan. I think we're at it. We're at the maximum number. I think they let you go 8 places at once. So
yeah, that is definitely the easy button of live Q&As for sure.
And we've tried a lot of different stuff. We've tried Zoom. We tried the one thing I can't even remember what it was, but it was like the only one.
Skype. We tried all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but there was one that we used to go live on a couple of Facebook things, and I can't remember. What was like everybody used it, and then StreamYard came around, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we'll go use StreamYard now," and nothing else has come along to beat it yet. You remember it was like orange. That's all I can remember. It had an orange logo. I can't remember what it was.
Man, that's funny.
We get nostalgic for crap that was, from even just a year or 2 ago.
Way back when.
I know, but in internet years, if you cut us in half in internet years, it'd be like 300 rings. So. All right. Well, I can't really think of anything else unless you guys have a question about what we've been talking about here. That's plenty of stuff to keep you busy.
Oh, yeah. Top 10 list right there. That's a good one.
We could turn that into an article. Hell, we could turn that into a training. I mean, that right there, we could do a challenge around this. We could do a training. We could do a series of webinars. We could do an article. We could do a video. We could do a podcast. amazing. Each one of these, we could do a 10-week thing. We could do a 10-week high-ticket coaching program around this. We could do a 10-week mastermind around this. We could do a daily 10-week, what's the word I'm looking for? Accountability coaching program.
Damn.
Around that. You could do all kinds of stuff around this once you understand the frameworks and stuff.
And then if you go back to podcast 140, you'll find 490 more ways to create content in different combinations.
There you go.
It was really a good podcast when you came up with all those different models.
Absolutely. So neat. Hey, so real quick, I'm just going to ask so we can start planning ahead. That helmet behind you that has 182 on that, did you have that helmet made for when we hit our 182nd episode of our podcast, or what's the deal?
Yes, that's what I did.
Okay,
No, that's my third phase SEAL training helmet.
So
Bud's class 182.
Since 182 is a special number for you, start thinking about what we're going to do for the 182nd podcast, because we will get to that before the end of the year. It's not long. It's about what, 8 more episodes, 2 months.
Yeah. You know, it might be kind of fun is discussing the different, you know how you look back at that time? Like if I look back at Bud's class 182, that feels like not only a lifetime ago, but several lifetimes ago. Right. And, I think that might be interesting to just have a discussion on the evolution of the adult.
So we've fallen that far that you and I are going to do a podcast episode on ruminations of old men. We're going to be like the old guys sitting around talking about how it was harder when we were young. It was uphill to school both days. It snowed in the summer, and I'm all in. We're going to have the airing of grievances from the old man perspective. We can do that. It'll be awesome. I think it'd be great.
Sounds good.
Cool. Good. All right. Well, hey, those of you who are here with us live, make sure you head on over to contentmarketingscripts.com and sign up for the live webinar that we are doing. If you are listening to this as a replay, you can still go to contentmarketingscripts.com, and there's probably a replay there or some other amazing opportunity for you to learn how to take what we taught you on this episode of the podcast and put that bad boy on steroids. Now, not good to go on steroids. It's only, as Stu said, PEDs, not good for you. However, it's a turn of phrase.
Yes.
I guess I need to find a new one. Skyrocket your success. Wait, fireworks are illegal here. Damn, they're stealing all of my turns of phrase, Stu.
Sorry.
I'll figure it out. All right. Appreciate y'all. If you want to get in shape, where should you go?
StuSmithFitness.com.
That's right. If you want to take your content marketing and sales copy to the next level, first stop for you is contentmarketingscripts.com. See you guys there. Have a great day.